Okay, so we're Botswana too. We are based in Tlokwe village, which is in Botswana, and our problem was the food and eating production and the method that they took in preparing and cooking their food. So our concept is based around how you're going to go about getting the food and cooking it in an economic, environmental and social way, because one of the things lacking, or minor things lacking, was a feeling of togetherness in the village, so that was lacking, so we thought we'd incorporate that as well. So what we did was we developed the concept of a communal kitchen. So 10 families, maybe in a group of an extended family, would come together that live quite close together to cook, prepare food, to collect a communal wage, to buy the food, to use the resource of solar energy rather than the firewood that they would usually. So the process would be that the men would go into town to work at the local village in exchange for food or even a wage that they then could contribute to the communal kitchen, where the women would cook on a rotating roster every night, so they'd alternate because they'd be cooking for about 30 people. It's more economic because you're buying in bulk, you're cooking in bulk. Then we had the concept also of introducing a vegetable garden, which is on par with what the government wanted to introduce. So they would also grow their own vegetables and whatnot, which is also economic. Environmentally, we've eliminated the whole concept of using firewood, which they usually would, because it's not healthy in any way because of the fumes, as well as not environmental because it's a resource that's obsolete. We also, because there's so many people within this community, we introduced the concept of a leader or leaders. They wouldn't be a boss or anything like that. They'd just make sure that everything's running smoothly and everything is going to plan. So everyone's doing their job, and the intake of food and resource is going to plan. We've also allowed for there to be many jobs for adults only, to allow for the children to be going to school. So eliminating jobs for children is also something that we've considered. Here we've got the women cooking, preparing, cleaning in the kitchen. The communal kitchen would be built by resources bought by the families. There would be a teacher that would be asked to come in and help do resources. Hang on, go back one. This would be the solar energy plant. Would you call it a plant? Where they can rent equipment to cook with solar energy, and where they would also buy the power for it. Yep. Next. This is their vegetable garden, which would be run by the women and the men who can't find work because they don't have stable jobs. They just go into the city one day and look for jobs that they can find, and if they can't, then they'll come back and help farm and harvest the vegetable garden. The shop, the local market, I'm assuming they'd have a local market where they could ask for work, for help, or even buy their food and resources. Yeah, okay.
So the radars that we did to check if our work had made change, like in theory, suggested that there is a lot of improvement in the environmental aspect of it. Using solar energy rather than firewood would diminish the toxicity that would be harmful for the people. Also, another health matter is the carrying of the firewood, which is probably not good for the back of the women and children doing that. So health-wise, it's much better for that reason. Also, conservation of of the firewood is important because it's not a renewable source, because they don't plant new trees, so if they use less, obviously it's better. It causes less waste, and overall the use of solar energy has just been beneficial for that kitchen. The problem would be that it's expensive. That's why we came up with a solution of making it as a community, so everybody has to pay just a small sum, and they all use the same service. Yep. And for the socio-ethical point of view, also, since they are working together as a community, we feel that it will strengthen their sense of camaraderie, of working together, so they be able to share the workload. If you can't find work in a certain day, you can still be helpful for the community working in the garden, or if there are women working together, they don't need the help of the small children in the kitchen and searching of the firewood, so it helps improve social justice and empowers the weak in the community and be more beneficial for everyone. And of course, it's much more safe, as I said before, for the health of the people using it.